pop my.
And this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks.
A couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver. And he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line with the Minnesota Vikings. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's complete. It's Green here. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation.
Oh, now Simeon escaping the pressure right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A.J. Derby from a yard out. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. On 3rd down, Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Before the offense gets going again, league-wide story here. You and I got a kick out of Juju Smith-Schuster post-game comments because he had a long touchdown, and he said he kept looking over his shoulder because his Madden rating was only an 82 or an 83, thought he was going to get caught.
Yeah, you can tell he's a youngster because us old folks, that's when the Satchel Paige quote comes in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Simeon now to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. 3rd down here. A shotgun snap for Simeon. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Rolling to his right.
Throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Diggs unable to reel that in, and he might find things a little difficult in this one. He's going to have Aqib Talib shadowing him, and that's about as tough as it gets.
It truly is, because when you look at Aqib Talib's body type, look at the length, see how physical he is at the point of attack, and he also understands route progressions and breaking points so well. He's often there when the ball arrives.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through him.
He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the gun on third, Simeon. And Fowler's got it. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Benny Fowler, 35 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. On third down, Bridgewater. Dancing to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a give running left with Anderson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Simeon. That's some strong running. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Mick 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. He's looking deep for Bell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying, that getting 2 in a game, that's like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already done that, right?
Now Simeon stripped. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Virgil Green, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos continue to pour it on.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Runs through the contact. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, with a little breather here, let's discuss some of the trades from last week. Garoppolo trade aside, because I know you were surprised by that one. What else stood out to you?
Well, Marcel Darius, who is a tremendous defensive tackle, an absolute force when he's ready to play. Didn't quite click all the time in Buffalo. He's in Jacksonville now, and it helps him.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Here's Simeon now on second down. Now Simeon stripped. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, here's Simeon. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. They are going to go with Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. After the interception, here's Simeon. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Over! Watch it now, Barney! Watch it now, Barney!
Simeon on 1st down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Got his man, it's Thomas.